Hey everyone, it's Mari and I'm back today with another 12 by 12 process video. I'm just showing you here my Shimmerz swatches, and I'm going to choose some of these colors and some of these products for my background today. I'm just going to show you the ones that I actually chose, and I will put a caption on this frame here to tell you which colors these are. I'm going to be using a few Inklings and this one Creameez, and I love how these colors just are going to match up nicely with my collection that I'm going to be using. I'm just going to activate those quickly just by spraying a little bit of water in each of the pots. I'll let that sit for a little bit, and then once I'm ready to use those colors, they should be at least activated a bit, and then I'll just use them from there. So now I'm going to show you the different papers that I thought about using and looked at for my project today. I actually am mostly going to be using the Dear Lizzy One Fine Day collection, and this is the newest collection from Dear Lizzy. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have two top favorites of the new collections, and they are this one and Paige Evans' Oh My Heart. They're so fresh and colorful, and they're really diverse. It's not like the collection sort of all looks the same. They're all really different, and I love that about those two collections. I'm also going to add a little bit of Felicity Jane kit paper into the collection, into the project as well today. And I'm going to be using this sketch from pagemaps.com. And this is a sketch that I pinned off of Pinterest. So I really love the way that layout is set on an angle, and I just really had fun working with this today. So I'm going to just take this piece of embossed white cardstock from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media on my background here before I start building my layers. And I'm going to be, like I said, using these shimmers, and I don't use a ton. I don't put a ton of color down, but just enough so that it makes that white cardstock look a little bit more interesting. And I absolutely love this white embossed cardstock from Stampin' Up. I got it a little while ago. You've probably seen me use it a little bit on my channel. It just is really, really pretty. It was on sale, if I didn't say that already. When I bought it, it was, I can't remember what the price was, but what I really love about ordering from Stampin' Up is they have a Canadian site, and so at least you don't feel like, I know that their prices are a little bit cheaper in the States, but I don't feel so hard done by when I'm buying it in Canadian dollars. And the shipping from Stampin' Up is also really reasonable. So I do like ordering stuff from them every once in a while. And so you're just going to see me using the packaging technique here. I'm going to put the color down with my paintbrush from those little pots and add a little bit of water on them just to make them a little bit more juicy so I can move them around a little bit more. And I'm just going to add those colors on. So I end up using a blue, kind of a coral, a yellow, and a green. And all of those four colors are in the papers that I'm going to be using, especially that Dear Lizzy floral paper, which I am definitely going to have to email Cassie Box at Paper Issues and get some more of that paper because it is gorgeous. So I really love this, how this is looking so far. I did try to make sure that I've got my color in areas where my paper is not going to be, so that it does poke out from the edges. And what I did originally was I kind of got an idea of where everything was going to be, and I put little pencil marks down on that white paper just so that I had an idea of where I wanted my mixed media to go. Now you'll notice that these photographs are actually taken at the same time, most likely, right? Based on what the kids are wearing and so on. But when I got these pictures from Bailey, they had different filters on them. And I actually was okay with that because you'll see that the one on the left is more blue and the one on the right has more pink tones. And they go with the colors and the tones in the papers in the layout anyway. So it didn't really bother me that they were, they kind of looked different. And I was perfectly happy with that. And by the way, I am always thrilled when I have photos that I can use of my kids. So I didn't complain too much. So I'm just going to take this Sophie paper. I really like how it has the colors in it, but it's a neutral, right? Like it's not too bright. It's just kind of going to go with everything. It's going to blend in, but yet it's going to provide that nice texture and that nice pattern for my bottom layer here. So that is why I decided to go with this paper for the bottom layer on the layout. And in the sketch, it was actually a polka dot paper that they suggested that you could use, and I I love a neutral polka dot, so I really love this one. And I like how the polka dots are kind of distressed. They almost look like they were put down like with the end of a pencil eraser or something dipped in paint. So I really like that. And I'm going to use that same suggestion from the sketch, where 2 of the corners are rounded, the 2 opposite corners are rounded, and the other 2 opposite corners are squared. I just think it gives it a really cool look, and it's just an interesting little detail that adds just a little of extra pizzazz to your layout. Now, like I said, this floral paper from Dear Lizzy, I think it might just be my absolute favorite paper from all of the new releases. It is so gorgeous, and it has so many pretty colors in it, and I actually really love a watercolor look. And yeah, I definitely am gonna have to go back and get some more of this. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this strip of paper that I did with the polka dot paper. I'm going to leave one corner straight and one corner rounded in the opposite corners. And I want to leave this strip obviously a fair bit more narrow than that polka dot paper. And I want to leave one edge overlapped on the left end, and then on the right end I want to keep that end in a little bit from the edge of that polka dot paper, and then place the photos from there. So when I was interpreting the sketch, I actually ended up using the sketch a lot like it was suggested, but I did add a few other little differences and changed a few things along the way, and I'll tell you about that as we go along. So while you're watching me just fuss around with this and do some things with the layout, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm celebrating this month on YouTube. So 2 years ago this month, I started my YouTube channel, and it was really frightening. It was a really frightening thing to do. If some of you are thinking about starting your own channel or doing some process videos, don't be afraid to try it, because it has been so much fun for me. I have absolutely loved it. It's definitely, the process of creating the videos themselves is a creative process. It's not like you're doing it to be narcissistic or anything like that. It's something that it's an art in itself. And I'm not calling my videos a work of art by any stretch, because they certainly are not. I don't have any fancy video editing. I use Movie Maker. It's all very low budget, and there's nothing fancy about it, but it is just the process of creating the videos is a lot of fun. And like I said, it is, you feel like you're being creative, and that's part of the whole creative process in making these layouts. So I do really love doing that. And I have to tell you, when I first started, I thought, oh, well, this is going to be a bit of a joke, because nobody's ever going to watch my videos, and they're going to be awful. And I actually could not believe how many subscribers I ended up with after the first year. I don't remember how many it was. I'd have to go back, because I have tracked that over time, but it was quite a few, and like more than 10, and I couldn't believe it. So I was in shock, and I just was really surprised by that. So when I think about all of the subscribers that I have now, which is more than I ever thought that I would ever have, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so thankful for the interaction that it has given me with a group of people who have similar interests, right? And that has been so super fun. And all of the different comments that are left on the videos, and the interaction in the different forums that happen because of the videos and so on, it's just really super cool. And this scrapbooking community is just so extremely supportive. And I am really happy that I started my YouTube channel. And so, yeah, it's a 2-year anniversary mark this month in February. And it's been really exciting and fun for me. So thank you to all of you who have been supporting my channel and subscribing and giving the thumbs up and leaving the comments and so on. It does really feel good. And I have to tell you that it is a lot of work to put these videos up, but I don't do it because I feel like I have to. I do it because I really enjoy it. And to know that there's other people out there that are A, being inspired, or B, just really like the entertainment value if they find it entertaining at all, or whatever it is, whatever the reason might be that you might be watching, I just want you to tell you that I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And it kind of does give anybody who's got a YouTube channel, if people are supporting you, you do just feel that much more likely to keep it going and continue. and it's good. It's a good thing. So once again, thanks so much. And it has been a really fun little journey here in the last 2 years. Where am I going in the future with this? I'm really not sure. I have said this all along, that it is something that I take, one day, 1 week at a time. I don't have any grandiose dreams and plans for this YouTube channel. It's just something that I do as a hobby, and I really enjoy it and love it. And as long as I'm loving it and enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. And then when it becomes an onerous task or something that I'm not loving anymore, then I'm probably not going to do it, right? So your support and encouragement is definitely impetus for me to keep going, and that's awesome. And I am going to be having a subscriber appreciation giveaway here before the end of February, so stay tuned for that. And I do have an idea for a new series on my channel. I did a series in the summertime that was Guess Who I Lifted, and a lot of you really liked that. Probably not going to do more of that necessarily, but I did have an idea for doing some work in a traveler's notebook. And I do have a traveler's notebook, so leave me a comment below if you as a subscriber, it's something that you're likely to watch or if you'd like to see. I can definitely add that in. My class on big picture classes is due to come out in March. I think it's the middle of the month that it will be unrolled, or I don't know if that's rolls out, I guess is the right way of saying that. And it is a card class. And I hope that you will definitely take a look at that. But I'll tell you more about that when it happens, and I'll give you a little bit more information about it. I have been putting a few card videos up on my channel, just because I've made my own cards for years and years and years, like probably 15 years. It was likely that long ago that I started working for Stampin' Up!, and I just have always made my own cards, really love it, and continue to enjoy that process. So I will probably occasionally pop up a little card video on here, just because the process of card making is, it's a little bit more fast sometimes than scrapbooking for me. It's something that I can just sit down in an hour and make a card, and, put the video together in a little bit more, as far as, the amount of time that it takes, it might be a little faster depending on what kind of card I'm making, of course. And so that is something that I probably will continue to do. I do want to definitely get back to doing some art journaling, and I hope to do that in the future as well. It's something that I just really, really love to do, and I haven't been getting messy with my paints and stuff here for a while, so I feel like I really need to get back to that too. Now back to this layout here, which I really have not talked about at all yet. Like I said, I'm really following the sketch mostly to a T. You can see that now I've got really have that angle going, and I've used those same 2 pieces of paper that I have matted my photo with, or in the photo layers at the top and bottom on an angle. And I wanted just to put that floral at the bottom just because it's a heavier paper, and I just felt that it was more balanced as a layout on the bottom. And then you'll see that I add a few other things there with that diagonal that just kind of draw your eye from the top to the bottom of the layout, which is the idea of those pieces at the top and the bottom. And of course that you want your eye to continue to pop down the layout, focusing on those photographs. And then you'll see that I have the different little cluster areas that also draw your eye across the layout. And you of course do want your eyes, you do want the eyes of your audience to take a special moment, or most of the time, to look at your photos. And I think I accomplished that here as we continue with the layout. So I've got that angle created, I've got things well stuck down here as my base, and I'm going to start to embellish my layout now. This little cut apart journaling card comes from the Sophie collection the Sophie kit from Felicity Jane. And I really love this the look of it, just that it's got that little border, and then it has those pink stripes at the bottom. And so I'm going to take my notebook punch, and I'm just going to create the same look on that journaling card that was in the sketch. And I'm going to trim this down because I clearly am not going to have room for this whole piece. So I'll just trim it down use that back just so that I'm getting a nice straight line, and I can actually use that other piece if I want on something else. And I'm going to just put that in there, still following that same angle. So what I did was I just kept turning my layout so that I could see the angle of those pieces at the top and the bottom to keep that line straight. And now you'll see that I'm just going to add some ephemera from that Dear Lizzy collection. And these are all from that, they're all from that Lovely Day collection, and they're so sweet. I love that little die cut stamp there. Is so sweet. And these little parrots, you guys, whatever they are, I think they're parrots, but oh my gosh, like, are they lovebirds? I don't know. That's how I kind of interpreted it, because these two in the photographs are definitely, they're lovebirds. They are just mushy all the time. In fact, this was, I don't know if this was the same day that they got engaged, but you know, in the same vacation. So yeah, I just thought those lovebirds were perfect for this. Now I wanted to stick them down, and I wanted to put a heart in between them. So you'll see me do that here in a little bit. And I'm just taking some of these dimensional stickers from that Dear Lizzy collection, and I'm going to use that camera in that top corner there. I had to have all the parts of this collection, guys, because it is just, I mean, really, it's delicious. These puffy gold letters and phrases are from the Crepe Paper Oasis collection. And I didn't get much of that collection just because I wasn't sure how much I would use it. But then I started to see people using it and showing it in their haul videos. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to have some of that. I can't remember who it was. Was it Zoe Guest maybe that said she has FOMO, which is fear of missing out? And I'm pretty sure I watched her haul video. And if it wasn't Zoe, it was, oh no, it wasn't Zoe. It was Lena Monaco, I think. And she said that she had the fear of missing out. And I'm like, yeah, I've got the fear of missing out too. And I saw her Oasis stuff. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get some of that. It's gorgeous. So I think I might have slipped a few things into my cart somewhere along the line and grabbed some of that. So I've just got that cute little heart there in between those little lovebirds, and love those little guys. They're so cute. I'm talking about the birds, not the kids. Oh, I love them too, but I wouldn't have heard of them necessarily as little guys. Anyhow, okay, so this is a little dimensional. I'm going to stick that under those little feathers, those little tail feathers. Make sure that they're popped up as well, not just the birds. And what am I going to do next here? I kind of forget. Oh yeah, I'm going to get those embellishments stick down up in that corner. And I think I'm going to, something I like to do too is just stick a dimensional sticker underneath one piece of the whatever it is that I'm sticking down, and you'll see me do that with that little stamp, because I want to put that dimensional camera over top. So I only want the little stamp to be dimensional on the one edge. And now I'm going to take the word sunshine off of this sheet, and I'm going to use that as part of my title. Now, in the sketch, the title was in that top right-hand corner, and it was where I have that ephemera cluster there. But I wanted more than just a little circular title, so I decided that I would put the title on a diagonal in line with the layout at the top of the photos. That just seemed to be kind of a logical spot for the title to be, so that kind of creates a little bit of a cluster on its own, and then in the corner to the right, and then there's going to be another cluster with those little lovebirds, and down at the bottom where the journaling is going to be. So the puffy stickers that go with this collection also have those same little lovebirds, or those little parrots as well. And oh, I just love this collection. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's so adorable, and the colors are gorgeous. And like I said before, one of the things that I noticed with this collection and with Paige's Oh My Heart collection is that there's so many different things going on. It's not like it all looks the same, or it all has exactly the same icons in it. It's really all kind of very interesting and different, and I love that about it. So it coordinates, but it coordinates in a way that they're kind of unique and individual pieces as well. So I don't know, I just feel like it makes it a little bit more versatile with what you can do with the collection. So I also got the chipboard pieces for the collection as well, and I'm going to use a few of the bits and pieces from this as well on the layout. I'm going to use one of those little chipboard hearts down at the bottom on my journaling card just to bring that yellow down to the bottom area as well. And I'm going to use, definitely going to use a few of these little puffy stickers. I'm going to use a couple of the flowers, little yellow flowers in a couple of places, and one of the little hearts. I think it's a coral colored heart that I'm going to use as well. And I also really love these little sticky brads. They don't have the brad back on them. They're just sticky on the back. So I guess I would call them buttons more than brads. And I'm going to use a couple of those on the layout as well. One just by itself, and then I'm going to use that other one that has that banner attached to it also that says Fine Little Day on it, which is super cute. So I'm finally going to find a resting spot for that little button. I'm going to use a couple of the little enamel dots as well. And I'm just actually having a whole lot of fun using this, all of the little bits and pieces of this collection. That's one of the great things about trying to keep your layout to basically one collection, is you know that everything is just going to work together super nicely. I'm just going to ruffle up the edges of that note paper too, just to give it a little bit more texture. Even though it'll flatten out a little bit when it's put into the page protector, it still will look more dimensional than if you didn't do that. In the sketch, there was a suggestion of putting some string or some twine across the photo layer area there, but I didn't end up doing that. I just thought that there was enough. I had added enough embellishments by that time that I didn't want to add that in. Now I thought about adding this little banner that's fishtailed, or this little word phrase thingy that's fishtailed on each end, but I don't end up using that. I end up using another one of those little buttons, like I mentioned before, with the little flag on it. So I'm going to use this word love as part of my title, and the word this. You can see that I've also added a little bit of washi tape, and that is from Felicity Jane, just to really, focus on that diagonal line. It just really creates a emphasis there. And I also put a little bit of sewing on that as well. And you can see that the layout is basically finished. I've done the journaling on that journaling card, and that's going to be about it, guys. So I will slow the video down here a little bit for you so you can take a good look. Here's that sketch again so that you can see how I use this sketch. Really interpreted it virtually, literally. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.